Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another day of indiemas. I am so excited because we are going to be playing with the new Devinah eyeshadow primers as well as the Phantasia palette that they just came out with. This is their very first ever like all-in-one palette. You can't purchase the single shadows separately. It's not a collection, it is a palette. So I just knew I had to get my hands on this and I'm super excited because it's a really, I don't know why I'm still holding on to these. It looks like such a beautiful color story, kind of a mixture of like some purple, like a little peachy tone. We've got some really shifty looking shimmers. So I figured that today we could go ahead and do swatches of everything together. We're gonna try out the eye base primer underneath and then also try out the sparkle and shimmer glue base. And I'll let you know my thoughts at the end. This palette is $77, which is definitely more on the expensive side, but I do have a discount code with Devinah that brings it down to, I believe, $61.60, saving you 20% off. And I did just want to say, like, while we're here, while we're having our little moment, I did used to have an affiliate code with Devinah, which means that I would make a commission when you use my code to purchase. It is no longer a commission-based code, it is just a discount code, so you guys still save money. I never felt the need to like announce it because like it doesn't make a difference for y'all, but just so you know, it's a discount code now. So let's go ahead and start swatching. I don't know why I chose to wear this shirt because the sleeve does not go down very much at all and not very easily either, but we're gonna make it work. So the very first shade is called Cassius and it looks to be just a really beautiful, soft, creamy lavender matte. It is a little bit more on the powdery side, so with Devinah's mattes, I definitely always tap off my brush. And then next we have the shade Storm Raider, which is a really beautiful multi-chrome, I want to say. It's this purple base. No, I would say it's more of a duochrome. It's a purple base with a gold flip to it. Super, super pretty. We have Lucius, which is like a beautiful, soft, muted, like berry, just gorgeous. Ooh, that's so pretty. Next we have Fire Gaze, which is more of like a peachy base with a golden and a pink flip to it. Looks so, so intense. We've got Starborn. I've got all the names written on my notebook here because I didn't want to, you know, take the time to like flip each one as we're going, but Starborn, which is a soft green base with a pink purple flip. We've got Ember Rain, which I would say is a little bit more of like a brown kind of base with a blue flip. I mean, I feel like if there's one thing to know about Devinah, it's that they're gonna come through with the shimmer shadows. These are stunning. Oh, look at that. It's like this like mustardy brown base. That is so pretty, so grungy and unique. Okay. Next we have Magnus, which is like a little bit of a deeper kind of like gray plum tone. We've got Frostbane, which is a soft lavender with like a blue shift. It's just super, super pretty, iridescent. And then we have Astria, which is like a peachy, warm brown matte. Oh my goodness, isn't that just the most gorgeous color story? So nice. Even though it is Intimus and I'm like working on a timeline constantly, I'm gonna do 2 looks with this palette because it is so beautiful. So let's go ahead and go purple first. And then we definitely need to do a look focusing on this shade because it is so unique. So I'm gonna start off with this purple and I'm gonna throw that through my entire crease as my transition shade. Oh no, oh my God, I forgot to go in with eyeshadow primer. Can you believe that? I mean, it looks pretty pigmented, but we have to test the new eyeshadow primer. I'm just so used to doing my primer before I start filming. So going into Prelusion, I'm super, super excited about this. The tubes are literally gigantic. Like it says it's good for 6 months. I think that this eyeshadow primer might last me 6 years. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit, maybe like that much. Just spread it out and see how I feel. It like has like a nude look to it, but it doesn't actually have any coverage, which I typically go for an eyeshadow primer that has coverage. It feels like a pretty traditional eyeshadow primer. Like It's kind of giving Urban Decay Primer Potion. Okay, once again, going into this purple, and then just gonna go ahead and put that through my crease, kind of just tapping it in. I mean, it did a pretty good job without eyeshadow primer, but I feel like primer just makes everything better. It's always so interesting to me when I get a comment from someone who's like, I didn't like this palette, like I thought it was trash. And then they like also mention that they don't use eyeshadow primers, and I'm just like, I don't know, am I the only one who just uses one every single day no matter what? Okay, so that looks super pretty. I kind of just built it up, slightly buffing it out a little bit. Now let's go into a little bit of this purple. I'm just gonna go in with the same brush. This is actually the Singe Beauty E06. Just gonna tap that on my outer V and then just kind of buff that into the crease a little bit. That looks so pretty. Let's also go into the deepest matte shade right here. I'm just gonna grab that on a little bit of a smaller blendy brush and then just putting that right here. It's only a little bit deeper than the previous shade. It's just kind of more of a different tone, but I figured I would just try all three of them together for the heck of it. It's not really adding much more depth, like you can't see it that much. Do a tiny pencil brush from What's Up Beauty, the R101, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of that last purple, just connect. And then I think just for something fun, I'm gonna go into this shade and just pop that on the lower lash line. I feel like it goes because it has that purple reflect, but it's still like a little something different. I'm gonna use this shade on my inner corner for a little pretty highlight. Oh, it's gorgeous. I have a little texture on my eye right there, so it looks kind of funny, but it's not the shadow, it is me. Honestly, I've been filming all day and my eyes are slightly irritated, but let's go ahead and go into the glitter primer now. How about we just swatch something and like swatch it with this and then swatch it just on the hand as is. Let's just swatch this green shade. So here's how it looks just as is, stunning. But here's how it looks on top. Oh, I missed it. Here's how it looks on top of the glitter primer. So you can see it definitely looks way more intense. I'm just gonna use my finger to pop that on. And again, it doesn't have any color to it. It just has like a slightly tacky feel. Right off the bat, it reminds me of the NYX glitter primer. Feeling it on my hand, it feels extremely tacky. Like my skin is literally, do you see that? It's like sticking together. So now let's go into this purple for the lid. Looks so stunning. Okay, okay. I feel like the glitter primer is definitely something more I'm just gonna have to like test over time and like come back and give you guys my thoughts. I'm gonna go into the KVD Beauty Full Sleeve Mascara simply because it's gonna be a little easier to take off, so we can do the next look in just a moment. I'm gonna grab the Finding Ferdinand blush in the shade Olay just to add a little something on my cheeks, but not really adding a whole bunch of color. So just kind of stippling that on. Literally so obsessed with this blush formula. And then for my lips, I'm gonna go into the shade Hidden from Fantasy Cosmetica. I just posted full lip swatches of this entire lipstick collection in case you're curious. But I think I'm actually gonna blot that on more than anything. All right, y'all, so there is the first look. I mean, it is truly gorgeous. Genuinely wouldn't expect anything less from Devinah, so give me one moment. Gonna wipe all this off and we can do a look with the rest of the shades. My eyes have literally about had it with me. I'm like getting a bunch of texture because I've filmed so much today, but we have to do one more look. So I'm gonna go in with the eye primer again. Obviously, I do not have an opinion because I literally only wore that last look for like 10 minutes, but I'm gonna wear this the rest of the night and I will let you guys know in the comment section how the eyeshadow wore. So for this look, I'm gonna start off with this orangey, brownie, beautiful shade. And I'm just gonna throw that through my crease once again. Definitely has like a peachy tone to it, but it's not just your average peach shade. So just kind of buffing that. Very, very pigmented, blending super easy. It's actually been a little while since I reached into my Devinah shadows just because I don't use my single shadows as much as I used to. This is so good. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that shade on another brush, kind of bring that around the entire lower lash line, kind of just connecting everything. I want to go into this shade and try and deepen up with that. So I'm just going to tap that into my outer V. Just kind of softly blend that just a little bit. We can also use just a touch of that on like the outer half of the lower lash line, just continuing to match everything. I'm going to go into this shade for my inner corner. It's like the most beautiful peachy tone. Kind of bring that up towards my crease just a little bit. Then let's grab the specular primer again. Just going in with a little bit of that all over the lid. And then let's go into that shade that I am so excited about. The one that made me decide to do 2 looks, even though my eyes hate me right now. Oh, it's so beautiful. I almost feel like it would be even more beautiful like just by itself because maybe the base will shine a little bit more. Ooh, or if you use that with like a mustard shadow through the crease and then this all over the lid, that would also be stunning. I'm kind of obsessed with the way that the pinky peachy inner corner looks. I'm gonna bring a little bit of that onto the lid. Ooh, that's pretty too. You know I love anything pink. Once again, just going into the KVD Beauty Full Sleeve Mascara. Let's go into Finding Ferdinand Spritz. This was their collaboration with Khaki, by the way. I totally forgot to mention that for the previous blush shade. I feel like this will be so pretty. Oh, it's like the most beautiful coral. I kind of went in with a lot, but we can blend it out. Going back in with my concealer brush, I might have gone a little overboard with that blush. Didn't mean to go in with so much, but it is so pretty. And lastly, I'm also gonna go into the Finding Ferdinand Summer Abroad gloss just for a little glow to the lips. All right, y'all, so that is the finished second look with the Fantasia palette, and overall, I am really loving it. Like I told y'all, right off the bat, I thought that this color story was super pretty. The mattes all blended really well. The shimmers are super intense, super sparkly, like they just look absolutely beautiful on the eyes. Nothing to complain about here. As far as the primers go, the glitter primer definitely does its job. It is extremely tacky, so I am here for it. Cannot wait to use it more, test it out, and obviously I'll try it with more than just Devinah shadows. And then the eye primer, I like it. It seems like a good, reliable primer, but I just need something with a base. I really do. It's just my preference, but I'm sure I will use this from time to time for more natural makeup looks, but still let me know if you want me to do a wear test, because I will. And that is gonna be everything for today's indiemas video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.